are you, my friends? In this video, I'm presenting 8 old exams questions related to parabolas as a conic sections. These questions are coming from the lecture number 37 of the pre-calculus course. Question number 1, graph the parabola and give the domain and range. If we look at this equation, x plus 3 is equal minus y minus 2 squared, we see that this equation is ready in standard form. We can take 3 on the other side. See, this is the standard form, x equals a y minus k squared plus h. Now the vertex here will be minus 3, because this is the h in the x, 2 is the k. So now we have the vertex here minus 3 and 2. The axis of symmetry is y equals 2. The domain from minus infinity until minus 3, the range is already in numbers, and we can find the x-intercept as usual. Let y is equal to 0. If you put y equal to 0 here, you'll get x equals minus 7. It's there. Now question number 2 says, find the vertex of the parabola y equals minus 3x squared minus 2x plus 1. Find also the domain and range. If we look at this function, this is a quadratic function. Negative a here, it opens downwards. We can find the vertex by 2 ways. We can either complete the square, I will show you this method, or you can use the formula h and k. To use the formula, I will read the last line here. You can use also the vertex formula. You can see that in the lecture number 37. Let me use here completing the square. This is what we need here. This is the standard form, y equals a, x minus h squared plus k. Now remember, to complete the square, we have to have the coefficient here of x squared should be 1. So I take common factor minus 3 from the first 2 terms. Plus 1 here, I leave it. So if I take here minus 3 out, and then this one I divide by minus 3, it becomes plus 2 over 3. Because when you multiply minus 3 times this, you will get minus 2x. Now I take the coefficient of the x here, 2 over 3. I have to divide by 2. Divide by 2 means multiply by half. Square it. So it becomes 1 over 9. So I add 1 over 9, subtract 1 over 9. Then the first 3 terms becomes perfect here, which is complete. X plus 1 over 3 squared minus 1 over 9. Then I multiply back, minus 3 times this bracket, minus 3 times minus 1 over 9 will be 1 over 3 plus the 1, which I left from the question. So now the equation becomes minus 3x plus 1/3 squared plus 4 over 3. A is negative, so the graph will look like this if you need it. The vertex will be minus 1 over 3, 4 over 3. Domain or real numbers, and the range from minus infinity to k. K will be here, 4 over 3. Now, question number 3, find an equation of parabola with focus 1, 3 and directrix x equals 3. So we have 2 givens. In this question, it's better to have a little sketch. So I sketched the focus 1, 3 there, and there is a directrix line x equals 3. We know the vertex will be in the midpoint between the focus and directrix. At least we know that the parabola opens to the left. So we know the equation y minus k squared is equal 4p x minus h. So this is the given in the first 2 lines. The vertex, as I said, is the midpoint between the focus and the directrix. So I can say the vertex x1 plus x2 over 2, and it will be 3. 3 plus 3 over 2 will be 3. So that will be 2, 3 is the vertex. Now yp is minus 1, since the parabola opens to the left, because v is the midpoint. You can look here. 1, and this is 3, so it will be 2 there, so the distance is 1 and minus 1 because the parabola opens to the left. So the equation becomes y minus 3 squared is equal minus 4x minus 2. Given the equation of the parabola 40y minus 82 is equal to x squared plus 4x, let's write it in standard form. Then we can answer all the questions, we can graph it, we can find the vertex, the focus, and the equation of the directrix. First, we have to concentrate on completing the square. Let's do that. You can do it if you like. If you are ready, then see the solution, please. Ready? Let's go. Rearrange, complete the square on the x. So I do this one. 40y, I leave it minus 82. The important thing is the leading coefficient of in the x squared should be 1 here. So I take only 2 common factor. Then inside we have 2x here. So the coefficient is 2. Divide by 2 will be 1. Square it plus 1 minus 1. So the first 3 terms becomes x plus 1 squared minus 1. Then you can multiply, you know the story now. And then rearrange. And here we divide by 2. Divide by 2, divide by 2. So we get this equation. Now from the last slide, we have seen the equation in standard form. X plus 1 squared is equal to 20y minus 2. If I compare it with this equation in general, I can say 20 is equal 4p. So p will be 5. So we know the parabola opens upward. So the vertex is hk. It's minus 1 and 2. And the focus here is 0 plus h p plus k from the formula. You can check that in the lecture 37. So it's minus 1 and 7. We know the distance between the vertex and the focus is the p, and also the distance from the vertex to the directrix is also p. Directrix will be y equals minus p plus k. It will be y equals minus 3. Question number 5, find an equation of parabola with vertical axis and vertex 6 minus 4 and passing through the point minus 2 and 12. First we find the equation, then we can find the other stuff, focus and directrix. The sketch here, okay, we have the vertex here 6 minus 4. So I can draw here 6 minus 4. It passes through a point, so there is a point here, it looks like in quadrant 2, minus 2, 12. There is a point here. So the parabola opens upward, vertical axis. So we know the equation can be x minus h squared is equal 4p y minus k. So directly I can put h and k here in the equation. We can see that on the next slide. You can try it yourself if you like. So we have the vertex hk, so I can put it here, x minus 6 squared is equal 4p, and k now is minus 4, so it will be y plus 4. Now I have this point, minus 2, 12, on the parabola. The parabola passes through this point, so I can replace it there. In the x, I put minus 2, you see that? Minus 2, minus 6. In the y, I put 12. Simplify all this equation, you will get p equals 1. You can try it yourself, please. And now let's continue on the next slide. If p is 1, then I can write the equation. X minus 6 all squared is equal 4 y plus 4. This is the graph. And now the focus here is 0 plus h, p plus k. So the focus will be 6 minus 3 there. And then the directrix will be y equals minus 5, and the axis of symmetry will be x equals 6. Question number 6 is a good question. We have to put also the equation in standard form, then we can answer all these questions. You can try it yourself, please. 2y squared minus 23 is equal to 32x plus 12y plus 23. Try to rearrange this, complete the square on the y, and then find the equation in standard form. Then you can check the answer. All right, we have here y squared, you see, y squared. So this is horizontal parabola, opens right or left. If we have a squared on the x in the parabola, then it opens up or down. Let's complete this square. 2y squared, I need the y, so I bring here minus 12y. 23, I take it on the other side, becomes here 46. Now let's divide by 2. See, it happened that all these coefficients can be divisible by 2. So we can divide by 2, y squared, divide by 2, 6y minus, divide by 2, divide by 2. So easy now, we can complete the square. Take minus 6, divide by 2, minus 3, square it, plus 9, minus 9. The first three will be perfect or complete. So y minus 3 all squared. Rearrange the other numbers. Take minus 9 on the other side, becomes 32. Take 16 as a common factor. So y minus 3 squared is equal to 16x plus 2. Now you compare this with the basic formula, remember? Y minus k squared is equal to 4px minus h. Now you can find the h and the k and the p from this equation. So when you compare it, you get 4p is equal to 16. So p will be 4, which is positive, opens to the right. The vertex is h and k, which is minus 2 and 3. This is the vertex. You can find the focus, p plus h, 0 plus k. It will be 2, 3. And the directrix will be x equals minus 6. The axis of symmetry, y equals k. So y equals 3 here. This is the domain from minus 2 to infinity, and the range is R. Question number 7 is a nice question. You have to do some work here. Please try it before you see the solution. It's little tricky. Find an equation of the parabola with vertex m, 2 plus m over 2. That's the vertex. So there's a variable there in the vertex. Opens downward, passing through the point 13, and it has a focal diameter 8. Now, to know more about the focal diameter, please, you can visit the lecture itself, 37, in the pre-calculus course, to know the definition, what is the formula, from where we get it, and all that. Okay, ready? Did you try this? We have the vertex, we have the point. See, we know the vertex, to make it easy, this is h and k. But m, we have to find it. So first we try to find m. We know the vertex is hk, so h here is the m, k is 2 plus m over 2. Now from the focal diameter, we know absolute value of 4p is equal to 8. It's given, and this is the formula for focal diameter. So p will be 2. Why we take minus 2? Because it's given in the question, the parabola opens downward. So the equation of the vertical parabola, now we use the point 1, 3 in the equation. So x minus h squared, 4p, y minus k. That's the formula now. So x and y will be 1 and 3 because the graph passes through the point 1 and 3. Now, x is 1. You see that one here? X is 1. Y is the 3. Be careful there. P is the minus 2, 4 from the formula. H from the vertex given is m. And then the k, 2 plus m over 2. It's not easy equation, but you can work out this one. 1 minus m all squared, minus 8. Inside, you multiply with the minus, the inside bracket, 3 minus 2 is 1, minus m over 2. Now, I will leave this for you, please. You can do it yourself, maybe one line. Then you will reach here, m squared minus 6m plus 9. Please make sure you do it. This is easy to factor. M minus 3 squared is equal to 0, so we found m. See, if m now we know, so we can replace it here. 3, and here 2 plus 3 over 2. This is the vertex. Let's see that on the next slide. So m is 3, the vertex 3 and 7 over 2, because that's the given here, the vertex is given. And now we can write the equation, x minus 3 squared minus 8y minus 7 over 2. Now this is the graph easy, you can see that one, and the focus is 3 and 3 over 2. What I did here on the left side, you see something nice. This is form number 1 of the final answer, the equation of the parabola. Or this is another form. You can just simplify that, expand the equation, make it 8y is equal minus x squared plus 6x plus 19, or divide by 8 and leave the y as f of x, because this one is a function. So this is form number 3. F of x minus 1 over 8x squared plus 3 over 4x plus 19 over 8 when you divide by 8 every term. So you can leave the answer in form number 1. You can leave the answer in form number 2. You can leave the answer in form number 3 or any other form you like. Question number 8 is the last one here. If the equation of the parabola with vertex 1 and 2, vertex is 1 and 2 given, and it has x-intercept 3 over 2, is written in the form x equals ay squared plus by plus c, then find the value of a times b times c. So it means that we have to find the equation of this parabola. The vertex is given 1 and 2, x-intercept is given 3 over 2. After we find the equation, we write it in this form. Remember here, I said we have form number 1, form number 2, form number 3. So we need this form, but this one is a vertical parabola, and this one, it looks like a horizontal parabola. Little sketch here, the vertex is 1, 2, and there is x-intercept. X-intercept means y0 and x3 over 2. So that's the point here on the parabola. See, this is the axis. So we have point on the parabola opens to the right, so we can use the equation y minus k squared is equal 4p x minus h. Now we know the story. The equation is this one. We put h is 1, x minus 1, k is 2, and then the x-intercept is any point on the graph of the parabola. So we can replace x by 3 over 2 here, see 1.5, and y is 0. So from this we can find p equals to 2. So I can write the equation now. Y minus 2 squared is equal 8x minus 1. We need to expand this because the question says we need x equals something. So y squared minus 4y plus 4 is equal 8x minus 8. Continue in the next slide and make the equation as in the given. So this is from the last slide, and rearrange the equation to be like this. So I leave the 8x, take minus 8 on the other side, becomes plus 12. We have to divide by 8 because we need only x. You see, this is what we need. So x equals 1 over 8 y squared minus 4 over 8 y plus 12 over 8. Let's simplify this again. So x will be 1 over 8 y squared minus half y, divide by 4 here, divide also by 4, 3 over 2. So this is extra here, the graph, I put it here extra. And then we need a is 1 over 8, b is minus half, c is 3 over 2. So when you multiply everything, you will get minus 3 over 32 is a times b times c. Now here are the answers of the 8 questions as usual. For other examples, the formulas, the rules, everything you need, please, you can visit the video Pre-calculus course, lecture number 37 about parabolas, conic sections. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, you can subscribe and share it with your friends. I hope I can see you in another video with another topic. Thank you very much.